Teamster Power 767 Reality Check with Jeff Schenfeld and Garfield Hooper. All right, hope everyone's doing well today. We're going to do things a little bit different today. So we're going to talk about unions, what unions have fought for, and our personal experiences, with unions. So let me ask you something, Garfield. What was your first experience with unions?
Right here at UPS. Of course, I grew up
Uh-huh.
here in the South, and
Hmm.
a lot of members of my family owned businesses and things like that. Had a really negative view on unions, and I didn't know anything about it. I was, UPS was a job that I could do and work part time and still take care of my mother, who had been recently diagnosed with cancer. I used the union. Like, I had good wages. I was able to get good insurance, and I didn't know much about it I was starting on until I started getting more involved and learning the things that the union gave me and was responsible for, and I eventually became a steward, and here I am. So what
Yeah.
about you, Jeff?
Oh, for me, I mean, it's coming from New York. I mean, it's kind of it's it's always there no matter what end up going into. Unions are always there. There's always, if you're a lawyer, you're still talking about things. If you're a doctor, you're still talking about different things about unions, because you might have grown up in it, you might not be doing it, be involved with the union, but it's always something that was kind of in the forefront of a lot of conversations. And for me, it was either going to be doing the union thing or be a meteorologist. That's what I studied in college. Now, the union was always important. I went to school for meteorology. I studied, but I always had that itch. I mean, my whole life, with
Yeah,
the unions. My grandfather was involved with them. I mean, in the garment district in New York, which was definitely big. And I chose union, and I chose, or did it choose me? I mean, it's kind of both. But for me, it was okay. You know, I can help people.
yeah,
I mean, like I said, it's just a little bit. It's different in New York, and it's, how do I say? And I've always said this. I've met some of this. There are strong Teamsters up in New York. I've met some of the strongest Teamsters in Texas. I need to say that is absolutely the truth. My thing is, I just want to see more of them. Like in New
yeah,
York, there was more of them, and the kind of the way I was right into it. I mean, I worked in a UPS in a closed shop. You have no choice. You're in the union. That's it.
yeah,
Okay, that's fine. And the guys I had training me to be in the union, my God, I mean, vicious. I, I mean, vicious. I mean, and I just, how they taught me and everything like that, and I paid attention, I took things from different people, but I mean, I learned from some old school people. I mean, big time, men and women, men and women.
yeah.
So
You,
it's,
you've
eh, what was
you've
that?
got to be stronger in the South because it seems like there's a lot going against you when you're a
Yep.
Teamster down here. And I learned from some really good guys in the Sherman Center coming up. Just off the top of my head, Charlie Fellenbaum, Donnie Russell, Randy Jones. Some of the old hats in my first center that were either uh, current stewards or old stewards that had just were getting close to retirement. And I always I always had a problem with authority. Even growing up, I did. So
Yeah.
being a
I-
part of the union was just kind of just kind
yeah.
of
An
natural.
outlet, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was an outlet.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I get you. It's just, I always think, and I think the same way. If you're going to show them respect, they better show you respect. They're not just going to do
Exactly.
whatever the hell they want. You
Exactly.
know, I mean, no, that's not going to work. And the more the company tried to do stuff, the stronger I would get. And and then when I came down here, it was wild. You know, I had to tone it down. I had to adjust how I did it. it's just like I said, it was different. I came down here, there were a lot of people who were like, well, I'm staying away from this guy. Who does this Yankee think he is? Yeah, oh, he's this, he's that. But when I represented him in the office, that's when it changed. They saw I wasn't playing around. I always think everyone's job is always on the line. We're going in there for warning letter. Oh, your job is on the line. And
Yeah.
I went about it differently. I adjusted. I'm actually better for it, adjusting how I went about it. And I got stronger that way as well. But I've always been, and any of the people I represented, they'll tell you. I mean, I don't just let the company do what they want. We don't let them do
Well, I've seen
drive-through
it.
hearings. Yeah,
I've seen it.
exactly, exactly. And I'm a certain way, and I'm gonna be. Hey, this is. You let the company talk. We talk. Hey, this is the way it is. This is the contract. You're not following. We're gonna talk about this, but I'm not gonna back down. I don't care who it is. I was a steward before I was a steward. I mean, I don't care who you are in management. You're not going to talk to me like that. And they tried getting me. They tried coming after me, and then they finally stopped. But for me, it's not about being tough. It's about standing up for yourself. And that's, over the years, that's what people know me. Oh, let's call Jeff in. We're gonna, he's gonna help out. He's gonna, take care of this. And I feel good about helping people. For me, it's a good thing. And there's a lot of fakers out there, right? When it gets right down to it, we mix it up. You mix it up. I've seen you do it too. You mix it up. And we're not perfect, but we go about our business where we're going at them. We're not going to back down. Okay. Knowledge of the contract and how to use it, how to enforce it, and just just a bunch of things. And I think it's important for people, don't just join the union, be active in the
Be a
union,
part of it.
right?
Yeah.
What's important also is, you don't have to be a steward to be
No.
educated. No, everyone needs to be educated, and that's important. Everybody. I need the members to know what's going on when they're going on, in a hearing with a steward, so they know exactly what's going on, exactly what the steward knows. You want an educated membership, and I take time to explain to people. I've been helping people across the country. I don't know. They get my number, and I gladly help them. I don't care what time it is.
No.
That's what we do. We help each other out, and you don't know, the one time you help someone could have been a lifesaver. Literally, I don't want to pass up that opportunity.
Well, it's could save their life, could save their job. I mean, it's important
Yeah.
that people remain knowledgeable. And like I said, just like Jeff said, you don't have to be a steward, you don't have to be a business agent or a president or a vice president or a member of the e-board. Every member of a union, it's important that
Yeah.
you're educated, and it's important that you're a part of it, because the union is only as strong as its weakest member.
Yeah.
So, we need everybody to be a part of it. And when something happens and we ask for that solidarity, for you to stand with us, just like
Hmm.
with the AC stuff. I mean, many of you have probably seen the rally we did out in front of the McKinney building. That kind of stuff. It's important that you're a part of those things when they come about, because
Yep.
we want the company to see us standing together.
Everything's important. Every step, every step along the way is important, and everyone needs to know that. They got to know that things can always be better for them, and educating. And I know, a lot of people, oh, well, we'll just let them take care of it, the stewards or the BAs. No, you should want to know what's going on as well. I mean, it's going to help you out. I mean, and then you can impart that wisdom, that education on other people. And it's, members educating members, and it's a whole thing. And that's what's good. And with unions, I mean, it's, they've given us the, paid vacations, FMLA, paid sick leave, child labor laws. I mean, minimum wage, 8-hour days, overtime pay. I mean, it's
The list
so
goes
many
on.
things. It does.
Yeah.
And there's so many things. And maybe a lot of people should look at the history of unions, unions, Teamsters, whatever, specific one. I mean, it's important why they started, and, where they've come from, and how it is now. And, just be a part of it. I mean, it's your life. I mean, if you're in the union, that's it. And the way I look at it is that down here, it's a right to work. But if you decide to join the union, think about it like you're in in a closed shop, like up north, or be strong, want more for yourself, right? We just wanted to give our take on things, with unions and whatnot. We believe that they are very, very, very important. You get protections. We fought for protections. People before us have fought for things, and we want to keep them, and we want to enforce them, and we want to let all these companies know you're not going to do whatever you want. I mean, I'm always ready for a good fight.
Yeah.
That's it. That's easy.
and I
That's
want
easy.
it to be better for the next generation of Teamsters. Like,
Always.
that's my goal, is to leave leave the Teamsters in a better position it was than when
Yeah.
more rights, better pay, better protections for the people that are coming to deliver my packages when I retire.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So, just I think that, and one last thing, the outlet of this podcast has been great. I know we talk about this a lot. I mean, this has been great, being able to help the people we help locally across the country. I mean, recently it's jumped up. What is it, 55 to 60,000?
Yeah.
Every 30 days. I mean, that's great. I mean, it's fantastic. That means we're helping people. That means people want to learn.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They wouldn't do it unless they wanted to learn. That is making a point right there. Hey, people do want to learn. And that's great for myself and Garfield. We that's what we want. We want members to get educated. So I'm glad we spoke about this, Garfield, and we're always speaking on union stuff. Obviously, that's the podcast, and I'm glad we could just speak about our personal experience and other things.
Yeah.
So for myself and Garfield, thank you very much, and have a happy Labor Day. Thank you.
We all deal with national language, but on this podcast, when it comes to supplemental language, we deal mostly with the Southern region. And as always, it's best to get advice from your local stewards or business agents. If you would like to reach out to us with any questions, we have an email address, 767realitycheck@gmail.com. That's 767realitycheck@gmail.com.
And remember, strong people stand up for themselves, but the strongest people stand up for others.